Buongiorno everyone, welcome back to the Magpie Channel 3. Welcome to sunny New Biggin by the Sea. I forgot my microphone, got the bag and everything, got the tripod, got the camera, and I left the microphone in the house. I've had a stinker there, came all this way, so hopefully the wind and the waves isn't too loud for you, but it's a beautiful backdrop, and what a way to start the week. I can feel that wind. I'm scared that this is going to be a waste of time, but I really want a nice walk along the beach. Maybe just stand in the corner, get the video done, and then go for a walk. I think we'll do that, because I don't want this to be a complete not a waste of time. Even though it won't be, getting the steps in. Do you know what I mean? Very important. So, it's Monday, it's a new week. I want to quickly put last week behind us because it was terrible. Everton away, Spurs away. 2 dreadful games, horrible defeats, big thrashings, really. 7 goals conceded, 1 scored. And a lot of that has been the talk around the new goalkeeper. Well, the old goalkeeper that's came in to be the new goalkeeper. Martin Dubravka, because he's been here for a while, hasn't he? But he is our new number 1, again, because of Nick Pope's injury. And all the talk, and I did my video yesterday, I was very unhappy with Dubravka. And Alan Shearer came out and echoed that. Probably not the same way I did, because he can't. But it wouldn't be too kind of him to go on like I do. That's why people like the challenge, because I can say the truth for how I feel and rant away. But Shearer did it in a bit more of a broadcasty way, since he's employed by someone who's paying him millions. I'm unfortunately not. But the good part of that is, like I said, I can speak the truth and how I feel. And obviously I called out Dubravka yesterday. I said he wasn't good enough. And yes, it's not just Martin Dubravka. Listen, Trippier has been at fault for those goals, just like he was against Everton. And so has the centre-backs. I think Lascelles and Shaw massively struggled yesterday as well. But obviously I think Dubravka gave the penalty away, been in no man's land a couple of times, not commanding his box, and just being genuinely poor and bad. So Alan Shearer came out last night after the game, and Jacob Murphy was beside him as well, which was great to see. There's clips of it on YouTube, you can go watch it yourself. And he was saying that he would be shocked if Newcastle did not sign a new goalkeeper in the next couple of weeks. So is Alan Shearer there hinting at getting David De Gea in on a free transfer, like I said, because he's a free agent? Or is he saying, yeah, well, there is only a couple of weeks really until Christmas, 14 nights, 2 weeks until Christmas today. So is he saying wait until just after that for the January transfer window, where you could sign Aaron Ramsdale or a new keeper, whoever you want really? He'd be really shocked and surprised if we didn't do that and there wasn't talks going on behind the scenes now wanting a new goalkeeper. I nearly went through bloody quicksand there, you seen that? Oh dear. But I'm here now anyway, because I'm trying to get behind this rock. I'm going to get up here to block out the wind, because that's the fear, that the wind is going to disrupt the audio. So I'm now on a Bear Grylls climbing mission up these rocks, just so you can have a nice backdrop of the sea for you that can't see that Northumberland flag up there as well, man. What a place, what a glorious place. But there it is in the background. That's lovely, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. Fine winter's morning it is today, not even that cold. Anyways, topic is Alan Shearer. We're going to get into what else he said as well about the fitness, which was big, you know, big thing, him talking about the fitness as well. So the goalkeeper thing, listen, I put that out on Twitter, I put this image out there and on Instagram as well of what Shearer said about the goalkeeping situation. And when Shearer says it, oh, well done, Al, well said. Do you know what I mean? Well said, knows what he's talking about. But when I see it, it's negative, and it's me hounding out Dubravka. Yeah, it's a funny old game, isn't it? Obviously, I think Shearer's opinion holds a bit more weight than mine, but we said the same thing, is what I'm saying, in his response. Got a little bit more positive feedback, but hey, so did mine, to be fair. It's just, obviously, you will get people saying stuff like that, and it is what it is, isn't it? Football is a game of opinions, we can all have them. It's just not a reason to just go mental and kick off all the time. But, you know what I mean, you can say it how it is, you can say it how you want. So, that was my thoughts on Dubravka. That was Alan Shearer's thoughts, that we need a goalkeeper in January. What do you think in the comments? Would you stick with Dubravka for another few months till Pope's back? Would you give Loris Karius a shout? There was a lot of people on my live stream last night, the live match reaction, saying bringing Karius can't be doing any worse, or, you know, bring in a new goalkeeper. For me, I would get De Gea now on a short-term deal, and then I would look to sign a Ramsdale, or preferably that Mamadishvili from Valencia in January. I would have signed him next summer. I would push that forward now and get a really top-class number 1 to push us up the league, and then him and Pope battling it out for positions would be brilliant. If one of them could play, you'd have Pope. They could rotate a lot in Europe and stuff like that, or in the Cup, so that would be spot on for me. That would be spot on. So Shearer said that on Dubravka. he'd be really, really shocked if Newcastle weren't going to sign a new goalkeeper in the next couple of weeks. What else he said, and what I said as well, was the thing about tiredness. Now, the thing about tiredness is weighing heavy on Newcastle. Obviously, the same 10 outfield players have started the last 5 games, and most of them have played pretty much 90 minutes in that. I was saying, after the defeat against Everton, I didn't go too hard on them. I said, listen, Trippier's been brilliant for us. He's made 2 big mistakes, but he's clearly fatigued. But then it gets to the point where you play Spurs, where I think Howe has to take some of the blame, because for me, Trippier should have been rested. Hall should come in, Kraft should come in, anyone should come in. Trippier's 33 and he started every game in the league and in the Champions League. So that's for how many changes could have been made. Yes, he hasn't got many options. Thankfully, he had Longstaff and Wilson back on the bench. Still doesn't give him much to work with. However, he can make 2 or 3 changes. Like I've said there, you know, your Crafts, your Halls, your Dummett, they've came in the cup games and brilliantly. So why not? And then, yeah. So, anyways, enough of that. What Shearer said was, he's not buying it. He's not buying this whole thing about players being tired. And I like the fact that Shearer had the balls to say this, to be fair. He was saying that if you keep saying that players will be tired playing 2-3 games a week, then they'll start believing it. He says, I'm not having it. I'm not having this nonsense. If players being tired, he says, tiredness isn't an excuse. He says they've got all the best sports scientists now, they've got all the best nutritionists, the best coaches, the best of everything. These top athletes should be able to play 2-3 games a week. He says they were doing it 20 years ago when he was playing the Champions League, and what were they doing? Smoking and drinking pints and that. Do you know what I mean? They weren't living that lifestyle that these players live now. Shearer was captaining his side across the Champions League in black and white, and then playing Wednesday, Saturday all the time. He didn't hear all this tiredness thing then. I mean, there's some truth. I'll just swap my hand there because it's getting a bit tired. There is some truth in what Shearer is saying. However, I do have a bit of cause for a concern with it, because the amount of injuries we do have, obviously the lack of rotation that we can have, all the 12, 13, 14 injured players we've had out the last month or so. However, like Shearer said, the squads never even used to be that big, so they never even had those potential options that we have now. He was saying, you know, these players should be doing better, and they can still push on further. He says, I bet you will see on Wednesday night, these players against AC Milan show a lot more energy because they're at home and they can't get away with the lack of pressing or the lack of effort in a sense. And you know, it was good to see and it was good to hear, but it was kind of mad as well, because obviously Jacob Murphy was sitting right next to him, and Murphy was sitting there and he kind of said, listen, you'll not hear these excuses from our dressing room. He says, none of us are saying we're tired. And again, everyone from the media, or when you criticise the team now, or on social media, like me criticising them yesterday for that performance, because yes, you can be tired, but that wasn't good enough. It just wasn't good enough. And for me, I come out and say that, but then you see the players saying, we're not tired. We're not going to say we're tired, but they're saying, you know, we're not using that as an excuse. You see a lot of social media people and everything saying that, they're tired. Well, you don't hear that once in the dressing room. And Eddie Howe has also refused to say that. Eddie Howe's refused to say, oh, well, the reason we're getting beat, we're getting thrashed, is because we're tired. He's not using that excuse at all, you know. He's not saying, well, the players are knackered. The players aren't coming out and saying they're knackered. They're sticking to the fact that it's just one of those things where they can't rotate. You know, they cannot rotate, but they're not saying that they're tired, whereas it's everyone on social media. These pundits and a few certain people are saying, well, we're tired. You know, like all the games are playing, tired, aren't they? Shattered, bless them. To be fair, I like how the players aren't using that excuse. I like how they're not complaining and saying the fact. It's just the fact that everyone else seems to say, I think it's an easy cop-out. I do. I think, yes, they are tired, and I said after Everton game, fair enough. But now I think when you can rotate 2 or 3 of them, or you see other teams doing it, tiredness is an excuse for Newcastle because of the amount of injuries and the lack of depth. But at the same time, I think certain things that we did yesterday and certain things we did at Everton are inexcusable. No matter how tired you are, I just think at times we should have took the chances. Listen, yesterday, Almiron 1-on-1, Isak early on, Gordon at Goodison Park. These things where players should have took the chances. So I hear what Shearer's saying and I respect it. And there's a bit of both for you, isn't there? I think there's some truth in it. At the same time, you have to understand that Europe's new for Newcastle. The amount of games we're playing now, getting far in the Carabao Cup as well, and then all these freak injuries to Barnes and Murphy and Bain and everyone else. It's just one of those things. It's a bit mad, but I think at times, like Shearer says, if you keep saying something so much, you'll believe it. I mean, if I kept on telling you that I could jump off this cliff and fly, well, that's probably a bit too far, you wouldn't believe that, and I'm not going to try it. But you know what I mean? It's that old saying where your mentality is key. Do you know what I mean? Whatever you say, you will start to believe, really. And there is a huge essence of truth in that. And I think if you keep telling yourself something, you'll believe it. And that's what's happening, and that's what Shearer's saying is happening. with these players. But thankfully, it doesn't seem to be the case that in the dressing room they are saying that they are tired or that's their excuse. So Murphy says, you know, we'll find something on Wednesday night against Milan, and let's hope we do, because it's a big defining week for Newcastle. We know we need at least a draw against AC Milan at St James Park to ensure we get minimum Europa League. If we win and then PSG don't beat Dortmund, we'll continue our Champions League adventure. Or if we lose, we finish bottom, and a lot of people are saying, I hope we finish bottom. We need to get out of this competition quick. We can't handle it. Focus on the league, focus on the Carabao Cup, Chelsea next week or whenever it is in the quarter-finals of that. So I get that, but for me, I want this European adventure to continue. I want more European away days. I want to keep going. I'd be happy Europa League. Said that all along. I wouldn't mind Europa League, you know what I mean? Just to keep things going. And for me, in that competition, we could actually go far. Whereas the Champions League, no doubt if we got through with draw Real Madrid, and that would be a tough ask, especially with 2 legs and playing at the Bernabeu and Jude Bellingham and all the rest of it, and all their European experience. So, for me, I really hope we get something at Milan on Wednesday night. I don't want to get out of that competition. And we'll see how we get on. It's a big week ahead. Hopefully the lads find something in them. The atmosphere, no doubt, is going to be absolutely electric. It's going to be crazy. It could be a night to remember. Hopefully it is. And hopefully we can get through and keep going. So I'm really excited for that. And I don't want to get knocked out of any competition at any time, even though there has been a testing week last week. And we obviously need to pick results up, because then after that it's Fulham at home on the Saturday, which isn't going to be an easy game at all. Fulham back-to-back 5-0 wins for them. Mad. Anyways, people, I'm going to sign out here from sunny New Biggin by the Sea. This hat keep me nice and warm. If you want one, I think there's only about 5 left on our website. Again, the second lot is about to sell out. They are flying out. themagpiechannel.com for these hats. Hoodies and t-shirts available as well. The white ones have already sold out again. The hoodies and t-shirts will be coming into stock on Tuesday. So I'll be able to post some pictures of those when they finally arrive, and then we'll get them out as well. But cheers to everyone for the support. Drop your comments below, subscribe to Magpie Channel TV, and enjoy yourself.